Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Celiac After 60. In today's episode, I want to kind of go over the strains that I've been fermenting in the last couple of videos. There was a couple questions, and I really would like to clarify. And I also would like to introduce it's called SIFO, Small Intestinal Fungal Overgrowth, and go over some of the symptoms, I don't know, that have SIBO, also has SIFO, and if you've, like for me, I had such a high sugar, high carb diet for decades, and yeah, now it's turning out SIBO's gone, but I'm working on SIFO now. So anyways, okay, let's go pop in the kitchen and let's talk about those supplements. Okay, friends, we're back in the kitchen and I'm going to flip the camera around and let's go in detail with these supplements that we're fermenting that clears our SIBO. Okay, I have them all in a line. Now, the digestive advantage, that's your B coagulans. Okay, now, and your BioGaia Gastris, L-Reuteri, and your Biothin L-Gaceride. These are the original in your Super Gut book. So here's the Super Gut book, and that's where I got those. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start with the BioGaia Gastris. Just put that up there so you see. We're going to go over here, see if I can get that to... Okay, so as you can see, one tablet. See that? One tablet. So in Dr. Davis's book, he is using 10 to make 2 billion. So there's 200 million times 10 would be 2 billion, and that's what we're fermenting. Now, speed up, and he created my reuteri. Okay, so when I still have a little bit of the BioGaia, but I do want to kind of clarify. There's 30 BioGaia, okay, and you're only going to have 2 billion. That's what you're fermenting, 2 billion. Okay. All right, but there's 30, and if you use 10 of them, you only have 3. So you're only going to end up having only 3 batches. That's it, and then you're going to have to start over again. Because if you keep going and going, it's going to end up being really, really tart, and we don't know how much benefit you're going to get from that. Okay? And sometimes it's so tart you can't even eat it. So why try? I don't know. Anyways, so let me flip it back. All right, so speed up. And we have what Dr. Davis, his baby, is my reuteri. Okay? Now my reuteri, if you can see that, has 20 billion cells. So when you're fermenting that, you only need 1, like we talked about in the other video. And then when you're having your first through your 8th batch with your starter, you can have up to 30 first batches, which is very economical. So again, I love Dr. Davis. He thinks about our pocketbook. Okay. Now, all right, we're going to go ahead and talk about the digestive advantage. When it was analyzed, when Dr. Davis had it analyzed, the cells came out different. It wasn't consistent. So they found the HU58. Okay? Now, with the B coagulans, what I've understood with my coach, from listening to my coach, working with my coach, to me, if you feel benefits from your B coagulans, feel free to either stay with that or switch off. So what I've been doing in the last 2 months, I went ahead and I fermented my I'm still fermenting that one by itself, and I'm switching off. So one day I will have the HU58, which is the B subtilis, and then the next day I will have a little bit of the B coagulans. And for me in my gut, it worked. So I have to be my own detective. And if I give any advice to you guys, that would be it. We have to be our own detective. We are the only ones who know what our body feels like after ingesting this. And we know what our body feels like when we eat the wrong food, and it's only us. So when we're documenting and when we're just really digging deep into our health and working on clearing this, you got to listen to your gut, okay? All right, now the last one we're going to talk about, and let me flip the camera around again. We'll put these here. We're going to talk about the algacari, okay? And this one's from Dr. McCullough, and this one's 10 billion, so you're using 2. Now, with the new supplements that we're using, they all equal, each one is 20 billion. So with Dr. Davis's boulardii, you're using 1. But with the algacari, you're using 10 for your batch, for your starter batch. And you're not getting the potency that you would get with the boulardii. So that's why I changed, because I was still struggling in December, and I've been doing the yogurt and at that time I was eating the yogurt for about 1.5 years. And so, I just felt like, okay, wait a minute, what's going on? I should have cleared this already. Well, what I've understood, or what I understand, is the longer you have this, the longer it'll take to clear it. So in his book, he says 4 weeks. When I was on the Infinite Health Circle, Dr. Davis's Infinite Health Circle, and asking questions, I understand that, the longer you have it, the longer it'll take. So it took me 1.5 years to clear the SIBO. Now the other day, I'm digging deep and I'm still having some rash going on my skin, brain fog, I still have some issues. And so I'm going on in chapter 7 of Dr. Davis's Super Gut book. He talks about SIFO. And the name of the chapter is Fungal Jungle. It's very enlightening. So if you have the book, turn to that chapter. And we're clearing this stuff. We have something called brain fog, and it's really hard to focus. So do your best. As I noticed, as I'm clearing this, my brain fog is lifting. My words are coming easier, which is, oh, happy day. Okay. So that's kind of what I wanted to kind of share with you. Now, let's pop over and we're going to talk about, and that's what I realized I have still. The SIFO's gone. I can do my 1 teaspoon inulin. I don't have my digestive issues. I still have constipation. I believe that's the SIFO is driving that. So we're going to see if we can clear this, and so I can start, producing a bowel every day without taking my magnesium citrate. Okay. So I'll keep you posted on that one. His book is really informing. Lots of great information in this book. And I'm not one to hey, buy this, you're going to be perfect. No. This is a work in progress, but this is a really great, okay. One thing I forgot to mention, and when you're making the batches, it's 4 cups or 1 liter. Okay, so I want to make sure you guys knew that. Sometimes I double them, sometimes I don't. It just depends how I feel as I'm getting better. I just make a batch every other week. It works. You know, my suggestion, if you're really, really sick, maybe double it or triple it. So the batches, so you have them in your fridge. If you look at your dates on your milk or your half and half, you know, whatever milk you're using, you know, just make sure that it's at least a month out. So you can do that and not worry about it spoiling or, you know, tasting weird. I guess that's it. So yeah, so I'm working on fungal. Ugh. It's crazy. So in his chapter, he talks about the essential oils, and there's, you know, he has his like top 4, which is the cinnamon bark and the lemongrass and the clove. So I've been doing that. I just started like yesterday, and I'll keep you posted on how I'm doing. I was really tired yesterday, so I think that was like a side effect, trying to get used to this in my body, trying to, you know, clear this stuff. So yeah, really great reference is Dr. Davis's Super Gut. I'm not pushing the book, but I do want to get that resource out there for you guys. His Infinite Health Circle, Dr. Davis's Infinite Health Circle, is another great reference to pop onto that website. Yes, you do have to pay money. And, you know, if you're really stuck and you've had this forever and you just can't seem to move forward, reaching out to a coach, maybe a few coaching sessions, 2 or 3, might help you nudge it along. And I guess that's it for today. All right, you guys, let's get better. Let's drink our clove green tea. And I got mine right here that I've been sipping on. So, you know, drink that clove green tea. Let's get better, friends. And let's just have this amazing life that we deserve. Okay, I love you, love you, love you. Mwah. We will see you on the next one.